So today I was thinking like, all right, what would be a good video to shoot? And I was like, man, maybe I should explain kind of like how or what made me want to build my collection, or what made me want to start collecting snakes. And so I just thought kind of cool to kind of go that story. I also will be doing a feeding. I'll be feeding my ball python and my boa constrictors. Cool, so let's get down to it. Pretty much like COVID-19 happened, we all know, right? We all experienced it. Pretty much being on lockdown and not being able to go out, like I was thinking to myself like, dang, like what should I do? I should get into something. And so as a kid, I was always passionate about snakes. I wanted snakes. I wanted a snake so badly when I was a kid. My parents were like, hell to the no. And so, I mean, every year Christmas I would ask, my parents would be like, no. And so I never got a snake as a kid. So, you know, that coupled once again with like COVID-19, I was like, dang, I really think having a snake would be dope. Why not? I have the time. And so, I did some research, and I was really stuck between two. I was stuck between a ball python and a boa constrictor. My first snake, I ended up going with the ball python because a lot of people had instilled fear in me on getting a boa constrictor Imperator. A lot of people said they're nippy. People were saying that they get too big. So I was saying a lot of negative things about them. And so it scared me, and it made me not want to go that route for my first snake. And so I didn't. And like I said, I went with the ball python. However, I was under the impression that ball python would be docile and would be chill. It wasn't. My ball python was scared the crap out of me. Every time I would hold him, he would try to bite me. He would be hissing. Like he was a monster to deal with at first. Eating, he was really finicky on eating. And so for my first experience, it was really difficult. So I did a lot of research. Research on top of research. I joined groups. I did a lot of different things so that my snakes, or my snake at the time, would be happy and healthy. And so my ball python, it's in this tank right here. I had the blue lights on. I just thought the blue lights would look cool, but I'm gonna turn them off. I'm gonna put the other lights on. One second. Yeah, cool. Sorry, it's like weird. I was like talking about them. It's like you really can't see inside the tanks. So anyways, put the lights on. So what was I saying? All right, so my first snake, I was under the impression that it would be easy. It was not. It was really hard, but I didn't give up. It was really difficult. I'm not even gonna lie, dude. Like, especially like defrosting rodents for the first time. Like, I ain't never done that before. I never had done that before, so that was the first time for me, and it was weird. I was like, what did I get myself into? So I was like even having a little anxiety. I'm just being 1,000% honest with you guys. So like I said, my first snake was the ball python, so I got him. And my second snake after that, so I was debating, I was like, do I get another ball python and this time hope that it's more docile and chill, or do I just go ahead and bite the bullet and get a boa constrictor, Imperator, sorry. I'll just call them a BCI, just to make it easy. So I was debating, okay, do I get a BCI or a boa? Or a ball python, and for my second snake. And I ended up going with the boa. And what made me want to go with the boa was I physically went to a reptile store, a local one, and I held a full-grown boa. And I would say it was probably about like, I'm 6'1", and so it was about like the length of my wingspan. I have long arms, so let's see, yeah. It was, the length of my wingspan about. And so it was really cool holding him or her. I don't remember the sex of it, but it was dope. And so that really made me, I was like, yes, I want to get a boa. And so that's what I did. I ended up getting my second snake, Kiki, which is an albino boa. And that was a pretty expensive boa. She was a baby, and also it's a female, so females cost more traditionally. So that was the most expensive snake I had bought. Actually, yeah, the most expensive snake, my whole collection. And so once I got that boa, I was like just blown away with like how chill she was. She never hissed. She was a great eater out the bat. Pretty much the opposite of everything. The opposite of my ball python. That's exactly what Kiki was. So that was my first boa. And so I was like, a month later, I was like, I want to get another one, but I wanted a different color. As you know, Kiki, like I said, is an albino, so I wanted one that looked a little bit more like a normal type, because I love like the colors of a normal. So I ended up getting a jungle morph, which pretty much looks like a normal, but the patterns are jumbled. And so jungle morphs to me are like one of my favorite bullet morphs, whatever. So anyway, so that was my third snake, which was another BCI here, Bowie. And so at that time I had 3 snakes. And then I was like, yo, I really want a Brazilian. So a Brazilian rainbow boa was always my dream snake. So when I first got my first snake, Bubba here, my ball python, I knew right away, I was like, man, I really want a Brazilian, but I was so nervous about upkeeping the humidity, and just like I heard that they're like, once again, kind of just hearing the negative like myths or rumors about them turned me off, and I was nervous, so I waited some months, and I finally bit the bullet, and I just did it. I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna go in and let's just do it. So I ended up buying Skittles here, and she's been great, man. Like, so it's been a great experience. The reason why I tell this story is because kind of like the theme of it is you can't always listen to other people, so the snake I listened to people to get, which was the ball python, was the opposite of everything I wanted. And the ones that my heart and my mind, I guess, like the ones I was most attracted to, the boas, people were saying not to get them. And so those were my favorite ones. And so my point is just that, like, you got to do you at the end of the day, and don't be afraid. Like, if you hear people saying like negative stuff, whatever, just know there's always like usually a positive, right? Or a positive experience. And so I just thought that's an important thing to share. I hear a lot of people kind of have the same fears that I used to have, and so that's why I like to share with you guys kind of my past, and just like how I went through the process of building my collection mentally. But yeah, so I feel like I started collecting like back in like May. I feel like, yeah, like in May of 2020 was when I first built this collection. But anyways, I feel like I've been crapping on my ball python. I don't mean to. I'm just being real. At first, when I got him, for the first 2-3 months having him, it was difficult. It took a lot of patience and a lot of work. But now he's perfect. Dude eats really well. He handles really well. He doesn't hiss. He doesn't bite. So he's awesome. So I just want to kind of clarify that. I'm gonna feed 3 of my snakes. We're gonna go ahead with the feeding, and I'll see you guys on the other side. Cool. So you guys saw them eat. I made a mistake with Kiki. When I was feeding her, I forgot to hit the record button. So unfortunately, we missed that one. But we did see Bubba eat, and we did see Bowie eat. So 2 out of 3 is not bad. Anyway, so fam, if you watch my channel, you know we like to keep it positive here. And so today's positive challenge of the day, you ready for it? Today's positive challenge of the day is just to not complain for 24 hours. How you like that? I think that's a genius idea, just to not complain for 24 hours. See how that goes for you, let me know. I'll try it too, and just try to be positive like all day. Just don't complain. So for 24 hours, just don't complain about anything. Anyway, so that does it. Thanks for watching. If you haven't already, please like, comment, subscribe. Get more content, get more of us, hang out with my snakes. So my collection, as you guys see it, will be definitely growing. Definitely don't plan on staying here forever, obviously. So, I'll definitely have a bigger place in the future to build a bigger collection. And, I'm really excited for that. And so I'm excited for you guys to grow with us. And yeah, thanks again for joining us and watching and chilling. Thanks for the support. Much love. Yeah, you like that? Blkhippiee. Anyway, so that does it for them. Thanks again for watching. Peace. Have a great day, night, whatever time of day or whatever time of the day it is for you. That does it. Blkhippiee out. Peace.